Go ahead.
Hi, welcome to week 4 of the Monologue Project. So this week has been a special challenge because normally I record the intro before we do the monologue, and I'd actually recorded one. But the process of recording this week's video was so ridiculous. I had to reshoot this because I think we had to do 12 or 13 attempts. Not because I kept screwing up the lines, which I did, but because the cat came down and the other cat came down and the dog came down and then this fell down and then my son was like walking. It was just a mess. And so I don't want anyone to have the impression that I'm able to do this in a vacuum without life trying to get in the way, because it does. So that said, this week's monologue is Daughter from Enda Walsh's Bedbound. The biggest challenge, other than just trying to get through one take of this thing today, is there's an Irish accent involved, and I ain't so good at the accents, so it's been a particular challenge. So I beg you to please be patient with my dialect on this. I'm doing the best I can, and it's what it is. So without further ado, this is Bedbound, Enda Walsh, Daughter. I'll speak the only thing that's clear to me, just to shut you out. I remember I fire myself out of this bed and sling my 10-year-old bikini on. It's all yellow with pink dots, and I fasten it around my chest as if I have anything to hide. I've got awful problems fastening the bikini, but then I feel the long fingers of Mam click me into shape and pat me on the head. I smell the hand cream on her fingers. I look at her fingers made rough from all the pastry. All those million events turning her hands to cake. All for you in that fucking shop. I tell her that she's beautiful, because to me she is. As usual, she stays quiet, and we get the bus to the beach with the summer heat, sending the bus shimmering towards our stop. Might Dad one day blow up, Mem? I think that was the question I asked. And she started to laugh. The people on the bus turned and smiled because her laugh was so loud and happy. I had a good laugh myself, thinking of you blowing up our new fitted kitchen all over the Formica worktops. In my laugh, I let a fart, which made Mem laugh even louder. I laughed out. We lay in the water as the tide tippled up over us, and both looking up towards the sun, scrunched up faces. I turned over and lay on Mam and kissed the salt off her face. Dry sea salt on her beautiful face, like she were a frosted bun, I told her. Then she hugged me so hard and almost squeezed the air out of my inflatable swan ring. That was nice. That's when I went for a walk. I left Mem lying on the beach. That would be the last time I would see her as a healthy girl. I walked over to the dunes, spying on teenagers, snatching at their crotches. I talked to a priest, sunbathing with the Bible, and his crippled mother who sucked on oranges like they were going out of fashion. He read the story about Jesus in the desert to me and squatted a wasp with the Gospel of St. John. Squished it, dead. I walked on, pretending that I was Jesus in search of water with only hours to live. I pretended I was a desert rabbit and ran through the sharp rushes like a right mad yoke. The rushes like nasty pins and needles firing me faster and faster. The soft sand sent me spitting from my heels. My skinny arms and legs like a mad blur, my springy hair springing straight out from my speed. My head free. Free of you and that fucking furniture talk. And then I felt no ground beneath me. Like the dog in the Roadrunner cartoons, I tried running in the air. It was sort of funny until I fell down. And I fell down this big hole, and right up to my waist I was covered and shit. I soon stopped trying to catch any clean air and just breathed in the shit air. I had a little puke. Puked up the cola bottles I ate on the bus. I wiped my mouth with the puke with a hand covered in shit. I spat the shit out and started to climb up the little ladder out of the concrete hole. And I didn't even cry. And that's the story of the day I got the polio. From 10 on, everything went mad, didn't it? And you know, a day doesn't go past where I think I should have stayed in that place. How fucking happy I'd be.